Why do you think people laugh?
Because life is stressful and laughing makes it easier.
Why do you think people laugh?
Right. It's probably just like a sense of overwhelming emotion.
I think people laugh as like, well, I think it is like a bit of like an instinctual response, but I think that people laugh to like, I don't know, to like express how they're feeling.
The true nature of comedy is far more complex than most people realize. Right now, billions of people are laughing, but what they don't know is that they're participating in what researchers call a vast social conspiracy, one that has been shaping human culture since the beginning of civilization.
What do you think makes something funny?
Well, I think humor is very subjective in like, I don't know, and just like who you're talking to. But I think like things that are like relatable and just things that like spark joy.
What do you think makes things funny?
I think contrast and subversion of expectations.
For years, scientists have had three main theories about why we laugh. The superiority theory, we laugh because we feel better than others. The incongruity theory, we laugh at things that don't match our expectations. And the relief theory, we laugh to release tension. But in 1982, researcher John Morrell proposed something revolutionary. He suggested that all laughter comes from what he called a pleasant psychological shift. Think about it. When you're tickled, that's a sensory shift. When you see something unexpected, perceptual shift. And when you get a clever joke, that's a conceptual shift.
When was the last time you had a really good laugh?
Yesterday,
What were you doing?
watching stand-up comedy of Bill Burr.
Interesting. And when was the last time you had a really, really good laugh?
When I saw my results on my midterm.
Probably yesterday when I was eating dinner with all my friends and we were just like talking and like bouncing off each other.
Why do you think laughing is contagious?
It's sort of, it's like a positive emotion that a lot of people want to feel. So it generally just spreads in that sense.
Why do you think laughing is contagious?
I don't know. It's just like really fun, and I like to laugh. And if someone else is laughing, I just start laughing because I don't know. It's just like fun.
According to research by Roger Henkel, effective comedy depends on shared cultural understanding between the comedian and the audience. He calls this socialization of emotions. We can only find something funny if we share cultural values. But here is where it gets interesting. Comedy serves two seemingly different purposes in society. It both reinforces our social norms and challenges them by exposing their irregularities. It is like a safety valve that lets us question everything without actually breaking anything.
How do you explain laughter to someone who's never experienced it? I'm asking the tough questions today.
I would say expressing joy, but like not saying it. I don't know.
How would you describe laughter to someone who's never experienced it?
It's like when someone says something in a manner that creates not only a sense of happiness, but uncontrollable happiness.
I would say that it's just what you do when something is just like makes you really happy, or you just see something really funny, and it's just what you have to do.
But perhaps the most profound insight comes from philosopher Roger Scruton, who argues that amusement is a mode of thought, not just an emotion, but a unique way of processing reality itself. Through comedy, we transform our darkest fears into something manageable. As philosopher Gruder puts it, comedy acts as an elixir that turns potentially unnerving aspects of human life into an uplifting mood and a pleasurable feeling. But it's more than just making things pleasant. Comedy helps us process complex realities in a more palatable way. It's like a spoonful of sugar that helps us swallow the medicine of truth.
Do you think comedy can change the way you see the world?
Oh. I mean, I guess it can. Like, you have, I guess, like, satirical comedy and that kind of stuff that's meant to challenge people's visions and perceptions of the world.
Do you think comedy can change the way we see the world?
I definitely think that it could change the world and the way that we see the world, recognizing that we all come from different walks of life and different life experiences, and finding ways that we can laugh at ourselves and find humor and time to be goofy in a life that sometimes is really serious.
Do you think comedy can change the way we see the world?
Yeah. I think if people, like, now with the time we're in, people don't take humor the right way most of the time. I'm somebody that laughs at a lot of stuff, even like personal things, like dark things that might happen to me. So if somebody is like, humor is a good way to take a positive look at things and like make people cheer up.
Do you think in general jokes can change your perception on something?
I think that they have the power to change the perception, but I think it really comes into people's values and their purpose and how they continue in the world. So I think there's definitely opportunities to change people's perceptions, but I don't think that's going to be the whole thing that changes someone's perception.
Do you think a joke has ever changed your perspective on something?
Yeah, definitely. Heard this one joke one time. It was like a snake walks into a bar and the bartender says, "How did you do that?" Really made me think, because snakes can't walk, but it really opens up the perspective of like, why? Like, just do what you can. Like, try for everything. Motivation.
Looking at all this research, we can see that comedy is far more than just entertainment. It's a cognitive tool that helps us process reality. It's a social force that both maintains and challenges our culture, meaning that sometimes the fool in the joke is the wisest of all. When we laugh, we're not just making a sound, we're participating in an ancient process that makes us uniquely human. We're processing reality, challenging assumptions, and maybe, just maybe, evolving into better versions of ourselves. And as always, thanks for watching.